to the rhythm and the groove. Move, move. Watch them as they bang through, them a move. So we drop it, so we do it. This a rhythm that I lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Lock down and we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. So we do it. This a rhythm that I lock down the street. So we chop it. So we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it. So we do it. Lock down and we a lock down the street. So we chop it. So we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. Realism and the crew. Move, move. Alright, I make me tell them listen. Move, move. We a dance to the rhythm and the groove. Move, move. Watch them as they bang through, them a move. So we drop it, so we do it. This a rhythm that I lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Lock down and we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play.
Welcome, folks. How are you? Welcome to the Flight Sim.
On.
What? Bro, he's already starting. Cliff is already starting, and I haven't even started. That's a problem. If it's going to be one of those flights again with him, we're going to have problems. Anyway, welcome aboard the Flight Service Broadcasting Network. My name is Jason. I'll be your instructor/pilot tonight. You are going to be the FO, first officer. You're going to sit here and watch me make mistakes and hopefully correct me. If you're wondering what's this channel about, it's really simple. 3 things. Learn something, have fun, and do it the right way. That's where we're about. If you're wondering where Coastal Airways is, it's our virtual airline. It's probably the most realistic virtual airline you'll probably ever experience in a simulator. Check it out, flycoastalairways.com, to see what we're about, and you might want to be interested in applying for us. Check that out right now up on the screen, on the chat. Hopefully you can hear me. Give me a 5x5 if you can't, or if you can. And I'm sorry about the lateness of this. I had company today. Matter of fact, I have company throughout this weekend, so the flights have really really screwed up, even on Tuesday. And if you're a member of the stream, and if you're a member either on Patreon or in YouTube membership, and it's the lowest membership tier, you could get basically the entire private streams we do. Because what we're doing here is at Coastal Airways, we have a charter department, and we're flying an NHL team. In this case, we're flying the Rangers. We have another pilot flying the Panthers with the MD-80. So they're dirt cheap to get, and it's a good airplane for us. So what the heck, why not? That's what we're about here. So without any further ado, we have just left the hockey game. It's, end of probably I'd say middle of the third period. We had to leave, jump a cab, and then come over to the airport while the team's still playing. We're going to get the airplane prepped and ready for them to come in. They're going to actually shower and get all that stuff when the game's over. They were up and winning. The Rangers actually won. They actually flew this yesterday, but we're trying to get to Friday where we can stream a lot. And I'm sorry if I'm blue. I've got some blue filters because we're flying at night, so this is easier for us. All right, in the house tonight, we have Pops. What is going on, Pops? Now, Pops is watching a lot of hockey, so he's having fun. Chicago Skyhawk, how are you? He says, ready, Freddy. Cam, MD-80, howdy, Captain. Happy Friday night. This should be a nice flight. It should. I'll brief you guys in a little bit. Gary, hey, welcome. Sean is in the house as well. Sean, what's up, man? Sorry again for being all over the map for tonight's flight. SRQ, Ben, what's going on, man? He says, hey, Jason flying for Avelo 737-700 Tampa, Raleigh, descending now. Oh, cool. We got a 5x5 in the chat. That's great. Charlotte, what's up? Says, hey, what's going on? Everybody's giving me a 5x5. Shelton, how are you? Hopefully you're good. John says, did you watch the Ranger game last night? Absolutely. You betcha I did. Hello, brother. Hope all is well. And that's AJ. What's going on? Pilot, is it Iron? How many flights today? 6? No. That's what's the cool thing about this. We're simulating the charter, so we're actually flying where the teams would depart from and the actual flights they would take. And in this particular case, tonight, with these charters, we're just doing one legs, but it's every other day. So we've got, like I said, 6 private streams scheduled just for the month of October. So right now we're going to turn them around and fly them to Columbus tomorrow in a private stream with our members. We're going from Columbus straight up back home to back to White Plains. Then we got to get ready for a long haul because we're flying them all the way cross country right to Seattle on Friday night. I'm going to try to depart pretty early because it's going to be like a 5.5, 6 hour flight in an MD-80. So that should be interesting. Ryan's in the house. How are you? Paul, what's going on? Only a true Ranger fan's gonna know what that means, Paul. That's fantastic. That's great. Hopefully you are a Ranger fan. All right, we've got 5803. They played we'll talk about it. They played a little sloppy last night. I know they won. They pulled the win out, but still, it was sloppy. First game, you could tell that they're not tape to tape. They're a little, they're not playing their 1-3-1 yet. I mean, they were, but you could tell. I think we're going to go up from here, right? It looks like they're going to be going up from here. All right, so let's do this. We're departing Buffalo let's just knock the paperwork out quick, and then we're going to start this thing. Right now, folks, once we're airborne, I got an hour and 2 minutes. And actually 29 minutes when we're there. I mean, when we get airborne, it's such a fast flight. It's going to be really quick. Just to let you know, it's 289 nautical miles, so this is a fast flight. I'm just saying. Buffalo, we got arrival 815. We're looking at, that's our route. Winds 260 at 266 at 60, minus 41, 30,000. We might have to go a little lower than that. We'll see. Fuel out of here 17.3. Minimum is 16.5. We're going to depart with 17.3. We got takeoff weight, zero fuel weight, and landing weight right there. And our landing weight is way under maximum, so you know we're good. I've already looked at the charts here on the cruise charts. We're good at the altitude that we planned at 30,000 with our weight tonight. I'm going to go ahead and sign that I am fit and ready to go for part 117. This is a very big thing when you're a pilot. This is not just something you pencil whip. Read that. Each crew member firmly states he or she is fit for duty in accordance with 14 CFR Part 117. That's a big deal when you sign that. You know, don't just pencil whip that stuff. That's a big deal. Let's just go through NOTAMs really quick. I like to look at those. NOTAMs, we got elevated, runway lighting, apron changes here. This is going to be in Columbus. Taxiway, Charlie, it's closed. I'm looking for anything wingspan more than 118 feet. We're good there. C7, straight up, coming across. We got an ILS 28 right. DME is unusable. Okay, that could affect us. I don't know what runways we're landing. There's a low pressure system coming in as well. I can show you that, what it looks like here in a minute. It's going to be a little bit bumpy during the flight. We've got some issues to work out. Buffalo. We kind of read the NOTAMs for Buffalo yesterday, but we'll see if there's any new ones that popped up. No. All right. Let's take a look at this route of flight. Pretty much straight down the Great Lakes there and then dropped in. You could see we've got some turbulence forecasted here, and I'll show you here in a little bit as we get a little closer. Jet stream's right at 35,000. It'll be under the jet today, so that's good. And let's take a look at some weather issues, and then we're going to get Cliff awake, and we're going to rock this thing. Let's go ahead and pop the charts up. Jealous. Is this live? This is live, my friend. Seth, welcome to the stream, my friend. Hopefully you're having a good time. That's not the flight we had. Although, this is a flight I took and I filmed something that you're going to see in the future. Very interesting and fun with the 737. We'll have to show you that. We're going from Buffalo. This is the route we're flying right here. It's a nice little route. Pretty simple. Let's go ahead and check the weather here. And I told you we have a big, solid, low-pressure system coming in. And right there, if we take a look at that, kind of zoom out a little bit. It's better if you kind of zoom out. You can see this big low. This low pressure is just rotating. And we've got some issues to work on because there's a front. And this is all frontal coming in. We are going to go to the weather radar and check to see what we've got. We've got some issues in Buffalo. You can see, we are on the cusp of something nasty. So we got to kind of get to Columbus before this crap dumps on us. It looks like it's moving up and away, but it's coming at us. And it's forecasted to get crappy just way after we land. But you never know with weather. It could get, this looks like it's dissipating at this point. But this is frontal. Okay, so this is not your air mass thunderstorm. This is frontal stuff. Okay, so it's going to keep generating as long as it's sucking up that moisture. And here we go. So as we approach, the more time we're on the ground here, the worse it's going to get. So we got to get the heck out of here. Let's take a look at the turbulence forecast just to let our passengers know, our team, if they can get up. And it doesn't look like they can. It's going to be bumpy all the way across, all the way down. It's going to be pretty crappy out there. So be aware of that. Let's get in the jet. What do you think? Paul, what's going on, man? He says, Shaquille, what's going on, buddy? What do we got here? Pop says jealous. Yes, I am jealous. Shaq, what's going on? Yes. I must have missed it. Okay, I think I got it all. Hey, Shaq, congratulations again. Yes, congratulations, my friend. I think you got your... Did you get the ratings? Paul says, I agree it was sloppy. However, the way they clogged up the neutral zone and gave up body on the puck, haven't seen since the days of Torts. And I agree with you, bud. It was when they played the 1-3-1, it was awesome. And guys, what he's talking about, you have one person in, if you watch hockey, there's one person in the, we'll call it the offensive zone. Okay, so across the blue line, and I can draw this out. You have three people clogging up the neutral zone. That's between the two blue lines. And then you have one person in the back in the defensive zone. So what happens is if one person gets past the first person, there's three people that converge on the puck and forces a dump in. And what that means is they have to dump the puck in, and guess who gets it? It's a turnover, right? And I saw that, probably 20 times last night, 20, 25 times. I was kind of keeping a look at it, and I went, oh, this is pretty cool. So I was really impressed of just seeing that. It gave me hope. This is not the Gallant days where I was like, okay, we're not getting trapped. I mean, we did sometimes get trapped in the offensive zone where I noticed that, but it was nothing like it was last year, right? Which is really cool to see. Anyway, enough of that. I could talk about that forever. I played hockey in college, so for me, I like X's and O's a little bit and kind of going there. All right, let's get this puppy started. What we're going to do is we're going to wake up Cliff, and if you don't know, members in the chat, you could see when Cliff screws up, I want you to put his emoji face in the chat, and our members can see that. Right now, you can support us that way as well. You can become a member for the price of less than the price of a cup of coffee, which is nice. All right, we're going to come over here and let's take a look. The first thing we'd do is throw the battery switch on. Okay, now I lose all my dang power here. I'm going to throw that again. Throw that over there, and I'm going to turn on the light. Maybe. There we go. So I turn on the light. I'm going to come over here, and I am going to connect the ground power. We got ground power on. We'll throw that. Remember, the team is just probably finishing the third period. I'm going to wake Cliff up now and get him to work, because what is he doing with the wipers? I mean, already he starts with the dang wipers. This guy, he's a punk, and he needs to come correct. Let's see if we can get him to wake up. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
No, it gives me goosebumps when he starts talking. Okay, he's going to do his thing. We're going to do our thing. We're going to push this. All right, let's go to the overhead and check. We're checking our fire test. Want to make sure all that's good. All right, bell cut out. Pull and pull. Good test on that. All right, we're going to knock this out through. We got the fire loops done. Bat switch is on. We did that. External power. We'll probably start running the APU here in a little bit. I'm going to go up and check the EMER power. So emergency power, come and check. This should be on. That's good. I'll go ahead and throw that off. We'll come bank angle, and change. It looks like we're at 15. We should be there. And then we're going to go ahead and cage this, pop this once, twice, 3 times. Oh, I forgot to tell you the joke. I've got a joke today. Now, we always usually start with a joke, right? So let me start with this joke. What do you call a cheating pig? What do you call a cheating pig? A Cunningham. It's pretty funny. Okay. That's the dad joke of the night. Right? There we go. Let's get this pulled up, and we're going to start getting our FMC rock and rolling here. I'm going to hide that toolbar for us. Okay, let's go through this. We've got the MD-83 AirX cycle is 2310. JT8 219s are there. October 5th to November 2nd, 2023. That's good to go as well. There's our program. We're good. And let's go ahead and click position initialization. Let's go. Kilo Buffalo. BUF. There we go. Buffalo right there. That plugs that in. And what you need to do, if you wanted to, is you check the airport at Buffalo. And we're going to look. Actually, it's actually on the front of the chart what the gate is. Oh, this dumb thing. I have to shut this stupid thing off. All right, there we go. By the way, in the chat, please feel free to chat and interact, because I love it. I really have a good time interacting with you folks. That's what kind of makes this fun. All right. like I was saying, let me pull this up. I'll show you. So when we pull the chart up here in Buffalo, you could see what I'm going for, and I'm going to blast my rods out. So I'm going to go night vision here. We're looking at gate 1 in the cargo side of things. All right, now I don't know if that's a gate, but it's the west side of the airport. So this is really kind of not going to give us an accurate, but if we get close to this, we'll be in good shape, and that's right here. North 42.56.4, close to that. 78.43.8. So I'm going to take my last position, and we'll dump that in there. And you can also take your GNS. So you can see it's 2 coming across. You can look pretty good, pretty close. Same with that. I'm going to throw that in the scratch pad. And then go back one, back another one. And then it's the same one as we talked about, and we're going to dump that over there, and that's going to initialize it. We'll go throw a route up, and Buffalo, that's route 2. No, that's route 1. Buffalo, we're going to Kilo CMH, Columbus. All right, and let's just look at our flight plan. I've got to pop the flight plan open, and we'll get this going. Flights, I'm going to view SimBrief. Let's take a look. We've got Buffalo.
Hi, Captain. How are you feeling today?
I'm good, my friend. Get to work. All right, we got Buffalo, Wozy. Maybe that's why he hates me so much. I'm pretty nasty to him. Wozy, we've got DKK, Wind Shear. That's a great. That's a great. And then we got Columbus too. So I'm going to actually do the arrival into Columbus. Yeah, right here. C-Bus 2 with wind shear transition. I don't know the runway yet, so let's just leave it blank. We'll get it airborne. Click activate. We'll execute. And then that's great. Runway out of Buffalo. Let's see what we got here weather-wise. Airports, weather, ATIS. All right, live ATIS. Let's go to write the weather down here really quick. Paperwork. You know, that's always the consistent thing about flying, folks, is the paperwork. It's always going to be there. All right, we're looking at ATIS right now is Papa 1554 Zulu. 54 minutes ago. It's going to change here in a minute. Winds 1, if I can get there, 100 at 04. Looks like visibility is 10 statute miles with a sky of overcast 090. 11/4. And altimeter is sitting at 3000. That's all set right there, ready to go. Okay, we're departing runway 5 today. All right, different one what we landed on. Runway 5 flaps, I do not know yet. We'll get that in there. We'll get all our paperwork and stuff sorted in just a minute. But that's what we got. That's the weather. So runway is at 5, we know. We're going to click departures. We'll do the Buffalo 8. Runway 5 runway 5 with Buffalo 8 on the SID. It's a vectored SID, so you're not going to see anything on your legs page. So if you're ever wondering about that, it's just, you're not going to see any of that. If you go to the next page, that looks good. Let's go to the next page again. Excellent. Legs look great. There is no issues here. Straight across. Great. I like what I see there. We're going to go to the cruise page, and then we'll have to type in a performance page. Fuel schedule, I've got 17,300, and we're going to go 17.3 slant alpha. That means it's auto. We'll drop that in there. Our zero fuel weight is going to be right around 103.6. Nice and light, but we got 3,000 pounds of equipment that we got to put on this airplane, because you got to think, we've got all the players with their bags, all right, and they have tons of equipment that we got to get on the aircraft. Plus, we have all the broadcasters that are coming, the multimedia crew. So you figure about 60 people on this aircraft. Reserves, Now, we don't have a lot of reserves, but we're going to put in about 8,000. I do not want to go over under 8. So we'll pop that in there. Cruise altitude 300. I think it's a little too high on this route. We'll see. Cruise wind is 266 at 60. By the way, hit that subscribe button if you're new. I think the alerts are on, by the way. That'll be good. Discord. Join the thank you. Join the FSN Discord. Is that Sean, is that automatic or are you doing that? ISA deviation, because that should be automatic. I don't know why it's not. What are we doing on the deviation? How about minus 41 up at altitude? So 41, and then we're going to drop that in there right there on TOC. We've got that. That looks good. Go to the takeoff page. Hold right there. We're going to go over here. He's working on everything. We're going to start boarding passengers. I'm going to call the fuel truck. We'll get the fueler going here. We're going to request refueling. The refueling truck is on its way. Now, as the refueling truck is on its way, I got to pull up our 8 cars. We'll get 8 cars up. That one is manual right now. Okay. Good, thank you. All right, here it goes. Click this. That's where we're going. NHL 2. We've got this. We're going Buffalo, CMH. Then we're going to start the flight. And what this is going to do is load in. Because what happens is it charges us the fuel that we're going to now uplift. We've got X amount in the aircraft. I already wrote that down when we landed. It's exactly what I thought it was. We should have 8350. That's a little on the low side. What in the world? Okay, it's still too high. We landed with 16.5, so they better not charge us that money. Probably will. Whatever. Okay, doors and stairs, everything is good. Maintenance, we don't need any of that. We've got all that going on. We could close the air service station. And we can close that one. Okay. So let's go to the ground, and we're going to put in 8,300. We already have the gas on board this airplane. Almost. We do have the right amount of fuel, by the way. It's 16.75. We're going to go 17.3.
Are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Hold on. Yes.
Okay.
Roger.
Restart check completed to the line.
I'm going to click this right here. Let's go to our weight and balance first, and we're going to go ahead and click Import OFP, Buffalo, Columbus. We've got to change a few things here in the cargo realm. It's a little too aft heavy. So let's help that out. We said about 9,300 total. That's a little too much for the forward bin, but if we put in, let's go 8,000 up on front here. Gives us a zero fuel 104. Yeah, 80. Okay, so 86.74, 86.74. That's good. This isn't. Where's my number calculator thingy dingy? I've got to go ahead and calculate a few things here. We got 9,300 total right now. Oh, let me do this. How's that? 8,000 plus 1,740 gives us 9,700. We got to subtract just a few hundred pounds just to get us there. 440 pounds. So 440. Subtract that number, about 7,500. So let's put in 7,500. That should get us up to where we need to be. Zero fuel weight, 103.5. How about that? Dang close. Everybody, I should get a round of applause for that. That was really good. All right, so takeoff weight. Let's take a look at the CG. 12.7. I like that on the CG. So I'm going to write 12.7 on there. And then it's yelling at me to do something. It's like, hey, start fueling. Yes, we're going to start fueling right now. It's not going to take much, by the way. So we're not going to get charged a ton of fuel, which is great. Here's the fuel truck. You can see he's, they're not going to pump a ton of fuel on this one. It's just they're not gonna. So we're good to go on that. Okay, our paperwork looked really good. Now we're done with the fueling. They're done, and I'll request to board. Request boarding. Boarding is requested. Let's go to performance data. Let's go ahead and throw this in here. Airport is Kilo BUF Buffalo. It is dry. The winds are 1004. 100 slant 4. Temperature is 11 degrees. No one. Runway 5. I just had it. I just had it again. There it goes. Optimum flap 3000. 30.00. Anti-ice is off. Packs are on. Takeoff weight coming out with 120.2. 120.2. We just got an alert from dispatch on our phone that says the Rangers are now in the locker room getting ready to come to the aircraft. So we're going to be ready for them when they arrive. How's that? All right, let's write this down. We have, I think the FMC should work now. Needed a setting change. I see. Okay, thanks, Sean. That's awesome. Sean is like a moderator in this. It's great. You see where it says flaps 10? Well, hold off on that. I'm going to write flaps 10 down on my paperwork, but we're going to open up TopCat, and this is where I would use TopCat. And I know I use VTP for the 737 because it's just fantastic, but there is no MD-80 numbers, so I can't really tell you what the MD-80 would do, but I am going to with TopCat. So that's really good. 224 on our maneuvering speed. All right, let's go ahead and look at the weight and balance. Now we're just going to plug in where we're going. We're going from Buffalo to CMH, and then we're going to go fuel on board. Definitely not that. 17,300 pounds. Tax fuel about 800. We're going to burn less than 6,700. We've got a zero fuel weight. Let's plug that in of 103.6. Whatever. Okay, 103.6. I'm going to manually do it. It's just easier that way. And then I'm going to click the Takeoff tab and click Update. And that's going to give us updated numbers. We're going to come down here and say Optimum, Normal, On, Runway 5, and we're going to click Compute. And what this is going to do is going to tell us our assumed temperature, our cell temp. Now, this is 50, this is 50, but look at our margin, 312 feet. Now, that's legal. Is it comfortable? No. I'd like a little more. You know, maybe 500 to 700 feet is comfortable for me. So 47 on the flex. So I'm going to flex it down to 47. And that's why you can't sit there and take this word for it. This is maximum. Well, I don't want to do maximum. I want something that's going to give me a little bit of margin when we have to stop the aircraft. And that margin, folks, is saying if we had to do an abort, if we had a board, we'd have 620 feet remaining when we stop. I got 127, 133, 142, and I'm just going to bypass these numbers. Now, normally, you should use these numbers, but because this is not accurate very much in terms of this, I'm going to use these. These are actually lower numbers, which is good. If that makes any sense, what I just said, I hope it does.
I feel the need.
Oh, man.
The need.
Hold on.
For speed. Ow!
That was awesome. Nice and loud. I love that. Hopefully you heard that. Hey, thanks, Cal. I appreciate the 10 spot, man. That's awesome. He says, hope it's going well and good with the streams. Love them. Thought I'd ask you if you know the purposes of gate ending with the letter. Like, for example, gate 60 also has gate 60A. You know, that's a really good question. It's usually, I think it's usually associated with the terminal. So if it's terminal alpha, it's usually the alpha gates. Not all the time is it like that, or concourse. But like, take a look at Denver, for example. The C concourse is all C gates, right? So you have C22, C25. So you'll see that sequentially that way, just because pilots, we're creatures of habit. We're like, oh, we're at the Charlie gates today. So it's all going to be C. Hopefully that helps. I think that's how they usually do it. Thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. All right, we're going to get into our departure. Did you guys hear the alert? Hopefully you heard it. I've been trying to get that thing to work. All right, so let's plug this in. I'm going to have 123, 133. So 123 there, 133. We're getting close. We'll run some checklists here in just a minute. And then we're going to go 142. Well, that's 400. How about 142? Garbage in, garbage out. That's all set, ready to go. The FMC is good to go. Let's go ahead and do our next thing, which is the MD-80, which is great. It is the stupid dial-a-flap. We're going to do this. Trim's at 12.7. So let's go ahead and get that CG down. Or, excuse me, the CG is at 12.7. So let's go. We're going to drop this all the way down and up. I can get it right just about 13. The flaps were 10. So we're going to dial this flap right on down to 10, and that's going to shove that thing up right there. And we'll check that. We'll check it both ways. That's called the suitcase handle. That's actually a long trim, and here is the yoke. And I think he tested this. That is the alt trim. So if your trim didn't work, we could always use that. Looks good. Center it, and we'll bring it all the way down here. Oh, man. Gotta love the MD-80. Cool. Thank you. You bet, Cal. Appreciate it, man. Let's go to this. We're going to go 10. If I can get there. There we go. Got to go this way. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And folks, by the way, I've had my head buried in the MD-80 manuals this week. I'm trying to give you the best value you possibly can. I'm going to go 2,000. 2,200 is a habit of mine, which is bad. It's on standby. 122.8 coming in here on the back end. 122.8. Let's go ahead and get some paperwork going. That's good. Take a look here. That should be 0. That should be 0. That is up. These are pneumatics. We got a good jet, folks. Looks good so far. We'll go ahead and check this, and let's get our departure going. Just kind of taking a peek at the Buffalo 8. It's probably just going to be a runway heading kind of deal. Let's see what we got. Buffalo 8, we're out on this 5. 2, it's just 055 heading.
Here is the load sheet for you.
Oh, she's ready to go too. Thank you. 055 on the heading. So we're going to check that right now. 055 straight up. And we're going to climb to an altitude of whopping 10,000 feet. Ooh, that's nice. 10,000 feet, make sure you arm it. Doop, the old MD-80s. Sometimes you have to pull that to arm it. This is an auto one. Oh, shoot. We've got an in-op already. We've got an MEL. All right. Looks like we have an MEL issue. I don't know how that happened. We got an in-op art. So let's just check that on the tech log. Should have done that before. Defer defects. Let's see what we've got here. Cat C automatic reserve thrust art. So we're going to go with full power. Now, we do carry a maintenance. We carry a mechanic on this flight. But let's take a look at the MEL. All right, so we got MEL 00-73. That would have been noted in our paperwork. I didn't even see it pulled up. But let's go ahead. It's a deferred item. And I'll run the MEL with you. We'll make sure we've got this right and that we can actually go with this. Let me just pull that up here in a minute, and then we'll get everything going. Dang MEL. All right. Here we go. So if you're ever looking for an MD-80 MEL, you won't find it, but you will find it if you plug in a McDonnell Douglas DC-9. Because this is a DC-9, all right? So we're looking at MEL 0073. So you can see here, 73 is engine and fuel control. Let's go ahead and throw that up there. Oh, go to link, beep, and then we'll see what we got here. It says fuel control. We got MEL 00-73-8. 5, 6, 7. Engine fuel control. 6, 8. Art system. So take a look right here. And I'm going to show you here on the paperwork. What, is there, we've got auto reserve thrust. Art system is an op. We have repair category C, so it's got to be done shortly. Number installed is 1. Do we need them? No. It says maybe an operative provided appropriate AFM performance data is used. Now, that's basically saying we're not gonna reduce or use auto thrust. We got to make sure that we can take off, and we're not going to do a cell temp. We're not going to do a reduced thrust essentially. Okay. So with that, we would have to look at our AFM paperwork and the ART system, the auto reserve thrust system, in op. So let me look at that really quick and make sure we're good. But we could dispatch. We'll probably fix it when we get into Columbus tonight. We do carry one, like I said, we carry a mechanic with us everywhere we go, just in case, with a whole bunch of spare parts. Oh, you gotta love it. All right, we're talking about cruise charts. Got my cruise charts up here just in case. I wonder if we have that. 2 engine. We've got mock cruise. I was looking at our cruise just to making sure we're good to go there. Thanks, Cliff, for telling me, clown. All right. Takeoff speeds. Our pressure altitude is low. Outside air temperature was, 11? All right, that's good. Flaps, 10. Reserve takeoff thrust chart continued. All right, looks like I'm just looking to see what we got. Reserve thrust takeoff thrust chart. We got packs on. AC packs are going to be on. EPR, no, we're not going to add any of that. Let's see here. We've got pressure. We're just going to take a look at pressure here. So we're 720 feet. Well, that's, I want to make sure that's correct. 29909. Yep, that's good. All right, so 720 feet on this. So sea level, let's say 1,000 feet. Let's just play a little conservative, go 1,000 feet. The OAT right now, 11 degrees. So about 10. We're looking at 2.05 on the EPR max. All right, and 96.6 on the climb out. So 2.05. Somebody write that down. I'm going to need to remember that. Here, 2.05 and 96 EPR. Okay, we're good to go. Hope you guys like that. I mean, that's kind of what you got to do. We'll go ahead and fix that. I don't know why it decided to do that. What am I doing? 55 on the heading. All right, one last thing we're going to do. Get my speed up. And we're going to go... I got to get it out of there now. By the way, the mechanic would have signed it off, slapped it in an op sticker on it, and we would have been ready to go here. 142. 142. And you can see the EPR right now, 2.05. We're good to go. We'll leave it at full power on this one. So we're not going to do any... We can decel, but it's, again, we can flip it down. It doesn't matter. It's off. So you can do a decel. I already looked at the paperwork, so we're going to flex it. And we're going to go down to 40. What did I say? Flex down 47. We got plenty of thrust to kick in. All right, 1.9 on the EPR. Yeah, about 99%-ish of N1. That's what that means. All right, I'm going to write my paperwork in, and let's get this show on the road. What do you think? You guys ready to go? The team on the aircraft yet? I don't know what's going on outside, so... There's the team here. What's going on with them? Aircraft status. What do you got? Start boarding now, dude. What are you doing? Okay. All right, let's come up here. I'll open up the paperwork, and let's get the finishing touches. We'll do our flows, and we'll run the checklist, and we'll be out of here. Oh, where is my pen now? Dang it. Oh, it's right here. All right, folks, stick with me. Like I said, we're trying to do it right here. So we got the MEL in there. Good to go. We've got out of fuel here with 8650 over 8650. And then we're pulling 17,300 pounds. Signatures in there. Gate 1. We're going to be out here 10:20 or 10:30 p.m. Hydraulics, we'll test it all. All right, let's wake up Cliff and get him going. Everything's all set on my end on this side. I'm going to move my seat up. Oh! A little bit back right there. Okay, and we'll dim the lights and everything. I like this to be up just a little bit. All right, Cliff, we ready to go, man? Hold on, people. Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Pre-start check below the line.
Covers and pins.
Removed.
Aircraft log and documents.
Checked on board.
Altimeters.
29er, 9er, checked and set. Checked and set. Set and checked.
Fuel, oil, hydraulic quantities.
Checked and set.
Zero fuel weight.
Got me. Set.
TRP.
Takeoff flex. .47 takeoff flex.
Stabilizer.
Set. .7 set.
Flaps takeoff selector.
Stowed.
Speed bugs.
Set.
Pre-start check below the line completed.
Thank you. All right, folks, we're ready to go here. They're boarding the aircraft right now. GSX, I think, is done boarding us, and we're ready to go here. Catering, refueling complete. Boarding is completed. Okay. Team's on the aircraft right now. I'm just going to walk around the airplane really quick with you, and we're going to get the heck out of Dodge. How's that? Everybody good with that? What was got to do a walk around here?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today. As you look
Yes,
at your
Gary, that is the truth.
smaller items under the seat in front
All
of
right,
you,
let's take a look over here. So the first thing we'll do is with the strake right by the nose here. That's a little wing stabilizer kind of thing. AOA looks great. Coming across here, nose gear is looking good. By the way, those taxi lights are stationary. They won't move with the nose gear, so if you ever saw that. There's 3 pitot tubes on this aircraft. Look above just below the windshield. You can see that. We're looking good on the Alpha, the AOA there, and then the TAP probes right there, the strake. That looks good. Everything else looks good on the outside. We're going to close the belly here. We got full of hockey equipment. And we're going to kind of take a peek down at the static ports here on both sides of the aircraft. There you go. Great. Come down here. This is the actual brake cooling on the MD-80, which is cool. It's got an actual
Hey
brake
guys,
cooling
all
port.
packs are on board. Are
Great.
we clear to close?
Yes, close this puppy up. Yeah, I'll have to talk to her after I'm done here. That looks good. The lighting looks good. We've got a whole bunch of static ports. You want to check those. These are static wicks. All right, the guard. That's the main landing wheel guard. That's actually a splash guard to make sure that it doesn't go up into the engines. Engine cal looks good. This is a JT8, so I wouldn't walk under it. You're going to get dripped on with oil. Gary asked the question of, is this MD-80 going to be a lot more money to maintain? Yes, the answer is that is correct. This is an older aircraft. Things are going to break on it. That 737 reliability is not there. It's a tank, though. That looks good. Things break all the time on aircraft. Let's not walk under the engine. We'll go ahead and do that. Looks like a lot of oil leaking on this one. You know, think about it. This aircraft's probably 30, 25 years old, right around there. That's old for an aircraft, isn't it? I think this is this aircraft were in the last airplane delivered. So this aircraft's pushing about 23 years old. I think it was delivered in 2000, maybe? 99, I want to say. Very close. Leading edge looks great. This actual airplane was... Hey, they locked me out again. Hey, open the door. He always does that crap. Come on, Cliff. And you want to make sure your ports are clean right there, and they're closed. They are. Let's get back in the airplane. We got a good jet, folks. Let's get the heck out of here. What is behind the front nose cone on the MD-80? Behind the front nose cone? Yeah, the radome. Big radar out there. All right, I'm going to start the APU. Let's get the APU fired up. Now let's get out of here. I'm going to push this in there, and our pressurization, really quick, over is 815 feet. Right about right there. And then I'm going to go I'm just going to go 3000. Now it won't be that high. I guarantee that pressure is going to be much lower when we get closer. But that's what we got. All right, seatbelt signs coming on. EMR lights are armed. Let's talk to this clown and let's get this thing going. APU's coming to start. That's what I was trying to do. Flip down here. Flip it to start. Let's take a look. Bum, 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 bum. While he does that, we're going to close up the doors. Let's tell her. Yes.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
All right. She's closing it up. Here comes the APU. Got a good light right there. And I'm going to actually throw this to run. We got it on. And let's call Cliff for a pre-departure. I want to make sure everything is closed on this aircraft, and it should be good. Make sure the doors are closed because you never know with this guy. Flight mode coming on. Night mode is also coming on. Okay. I'm ready to go, folks. Let's call them up. Before start check.
Parking brakes.
Set.
Doors.
Closed.
Startup and pushback clearance.
Approved. New York is not online.
Before start check completed, ready for engine start.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get it pushed back, folks, and let's rock and roll. Call GSX. Give him a call. Request. Push. All right, I'm going to come over here. We're going to go to aircraft services, ground services. We're going to move the GPU. Oh, you stupid. Dang it. Cliff, you had one job, dude. One job. That was my fault.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Dang. I gotta wait to fire it up. Oh, you stupid idiot. That was my fault. That wasn't Cliff's fault. I'm blaming him, but it really wasn't his fault. That's alright. We'll get it right. We'll get it right. You stink. All right, that's good. Route. Good. We didn't lose the route. Woohoo! We're good. I think. Yes. Whew. Thank you, McDonnell Douglas, for not screwing me up too bad. The passengers were like, the players were like, wait, what happened? They're watching video. It shuts down on them. That's not going to work. I would have to enter all the data. Oh, yeah, let me look at the pref page. That's one thing. Let me just check on that really quick. The route is good. That's good. Let's take a look at our menu. Index. Okay, our pref in it is looking great. It's all in there. So I think we got away with it, man. I mean, it's looking good. So we're going to push back here, and we're going to go nose to the left, tail to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
All right, once we start the engines, then I'll stop the, I'll start kicking off the lighting for us. But right now it looks good. It, just want to make sure our first waypoint is in there. We've got route Buffalo runway 5 direct Wuxi. Yeah, it's in there still. I think we're okay. I mean, our pref is in there. Our route data is in there. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and turn on the TARA coming up. And let's push back. Time check. 59. We're ready. Okay, brakes coming released. It is 0259 Zulu. Ow. 0259. Okay. Pushing back. Nobody's online. Brakes coming off.
Commencing push.
We're going to start the number 2 first. That's the right engine. Start right engine.
Starting right engine. Right start valve open. N2, oil pressure.
You're underway, folks.
N1.
Pray this thing works good.
Fuel on.
Fuel coming on, number 2. Start the clock.
Fuel
There's a
flow.
light.
EGT. Right start valve closed.
All right, we're on. Runway 5.
Stabilizing. Stabilized.
We'll kind of taxi across Foxtrot Alpha and then over 122.8. We're underway. Okay, we're going to taxi now. Mike, cross the active runway to Fox. Park brakes coming set.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay, I would love to just start a single engine and taxi on one engine, but it really screws him up. External bus coming off. That's off. So it's almost like with Cliff, he doesn't like it. It kind of jacks him up. When you do that, I mean, I'd like to just taxi on one engine. Maybe we do the taxi checklist when we fire up number 1 after we cross Foxtrot. So let's do that. We can do that. We'll kind of taxi the aircraft first. We'll let him keep on this. Like we won't have him do a taxi check, but I am going to set the flaps right now. Flaps coming in. We got 10. All right, I'm going to do a quick check. I'm up on top. That's good. And I'm going to turn off the lighting here. So we're going to go ahead and throw this to the off position. I want to shut that flood off. And we'll taxi and work out the rest of what Cliff said. I'm just going to flood a little bit of it. There we go. All right, I'm going to throw that over and lights. Actually, I'm going to flood just a touch. All right, lights, I want to go dim. All right, let's go ahead and taxi. Brakes coming off the aircraft. And there we go. And like I said, I want to just taxi on one engine for now. He should have the lighting on for us. Have a good trip. Yes, thank you. So taxi checklist we'll have to do when we, like I said, when we start the number 1. And I am going to shut the floodlights off here when we start taxiing out. Sean, thank you, man. Sean just gifted one Flight Sim Broadcasting Network membership to the first person underneath him, and that was Cam. Good job. Was gifted a membership. Good job, Sean. Thank you, man. So you, Cam, you got now membership access. That's fantastic. That's great. Cam said, uh-oh, delay compensation in order. No delays. We're good. All right, here we go. We're going to slow down. Entering a temporary movement area. Okay, looking good. Nose lights, I said, are on. We're going to be starting across an active runway here, number 5, so we'll kind of look alive up here. We'll get the lighting all set. We've got the blue rudder. That's good. All right, we're approaching 235. Let's go outside, have a look. We're away. Once we cross this runway, I'll have Cliff start number 1. Buffalo traffic, Riptide 5803, crossing runway 23, Buffalo 5. Cleared. I'm actually going to throw the lights on. I'm just going to extend them. I'm going to keep them extended. I won't put them on yet. And when we're crossing an active, we should have some strobes on. All right, Cliff, you ready? We're going to drop down here, and I want you to start number 1. Start left engine.
Starting left engine. Left start valve open. N2, oil pressure. N1. Fuel on.
Fuel coming on. Fuel on, starting the clock.
Fuel flow, EGT. Left start valve closed.
Okay, good start on number 1 here.
Stabilizing.
Once again,
Stabilized.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight today. This is the lead flight attendant speaking. Please direct
2 good
your
starts.
attention to cabin crew for important safety information.
Okay.
There is an instruction card in your seat pocket that illustrates the safety equipment on this aircraft.
After start check.
Regulations require compliance with
Ignition.
this information as well as
Off.
all crew instructions,
Electrical
like
loads.
information signs and posters. Placards fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip.
Set and checked.
Tighten by
Air
pulling
conditioning
on the belt
supply.
to release your seatbelt. Lift a metal flap on the buckle. It is
Good,
our
auto.
policy that you keep
Auto.
your seatbelt fastened
Galley
at all
power.
times while seated.
On.
Doors are clearly marked with exit
Ice protection
signs and
panel.
instructions for door
Set.
operation. Each door is equipped with an escape slide. Locate the exit nearest you. The
Stand by, folks.
Cover your nose and mouth with the mask. Place the elastic band around your head and tighten by
That's the
pulling
one.
on the end. Secure your own mask before assisting others. Your seat bottom
Set and checked.
as a flotation device.
Pneumatic crossfeed valve levers.
Pull up and remove
Closed.
Flight controls.
exiting the aircraft. Place your arms around the cushion and hold on to the strap located on the back.
Free.
This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking
Free.
is not permitted in the cabin or laboratory.
Set and checked.
Cabin lights will now
Hydraulic
be
pumps
turned
and
off.
pressure.
Leaving light buttons
On high.
above your seat.
Pressure's good.
Thank you for your attention.
Set and checked.
Annunciator panel.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Removed.
All clear signal.
Received.
Flaps, slats.
Set and checked.
After start check completed.
Thank you. We're cleared on the left. We are cleared on the left.
We are clear on the right.
Taxi check.
Fuel heat.
Off.
Flaps and slats.
Set and checked.
Beeper bugs and TRP.
Set. Takeoff flex. Takeoff flex.
Takeoff speeds.
No changes.
Takeoff briefing.
Complete. Performed.
ATC flight guidance systems and nav aids.
Set checked.
FMS.
Pre-flight completed.
APU air and master switch.
All right, stand by. Both off.
Brake temperature and pressure.
Checked.
Taxi check completed.
Roger. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff. All right, folks, hold on just a minute. I want to come over here and douse some of these lights. They're killing me. So I'm going to just shut off some of the floods here on the back end as well. I don't want to flood out the panel too much. There we go. A little bit of a flood is okay. That's probably good right there. Heading is going to be set 055 on the heading. All right, guys in the chat, ready? Let's go. Shoots on. We're ready to go here. Shoots on. Let's do this. Shoots on in the chat. By the way, if you're a member, you know what that means. We're going to get the parachutes on. That's it, because Cliff is with us, so you know, that could be bad. We're ready to go here. All right, I'm going to do ignition. And we're going to go. All right. Run the checks. We're going to go system A. Start pumps off. We're ready to go. We've got ART parking brake is set. I'm ready. That's off. That's off. That's off. We're out of here. Lineup check.
Cabin.
Secured.
Windows.
Left side closed.
Right side closed. Annunciator panel.
Checked.
Ignition.
Set to alpha.
Air conditioning supply.
Auto.
Transponder set to TARA. Takeoff clearance.
Received.
Lineup check completed.
Ready. Buffalo traffic, Riptide 5803, taking runway 5, Buffalo. All right, folks, it's runway heading out, then we'll start a turn over to the right. All right, looking good. Lights coming on our side. So we're going to go on, bright. Looks good. All right, let's give you a good lineup here. All right, here we go. Bringing them up. Bringing them up. Come on, airplane. This is a nice slow taxi. Holy smokes. There we go. Those JT8s take forever to spool up. All right, looking good. Are we ready to go? Flight director's on. Everything else is looking good. Takeoff on the FMA. Or the Flight Guidance Director System. All right, I'm ready. Bringing them up. Let's go. Hold on. All right, Cliff, you're supposed to set those. And you're supposed to do that. Okay, let's try that. Okay, hold on, bro. Let's stop the aircraft for a minute and let's find out what in the world is going on. Okay, armed, bringing them up. All right, we're good. I'm off now. Auto thrust on. Here we go. And I got it myself. Whoa, whoa, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. I got to back up the thrust here.
80 knots.
Okay. Good on speed right there.
V1.
We go.
Rotate.
Jeez. That's because the art wasn't working. Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up. Lights out.
I'm going to pitch nose down just a little bit. This airplane loves it like that. There's 1,000 feet. Arm navigation.
Navigation is armed.
Set climb thrust. Set climb thrust.
Set.
Flaps up.
Flap 0.
Slats retract.
Slats extended.
Flaps up. Slats retract.
Slats retract.
Select climb power.
Climb power is set.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot 1 is on.
All right, let's see what we got here, folks. We've got nav track, and I'm watching the airplane. Let's see what happens here. Now the speed is set a little too fast, so I'm going to set it down. That's the heading bug. 250. It should recover here. We should be on track on the nav. There's 10,000. We're going to go ahead and continue the climb. Let's see what the airplane wants to do. I'm watching it. Speed's coming back down to 250. Whoa, what are you doing, airplane? That's probably leveling me off right now. Okay, nav on the nav heading. Yeah, nav track hold. It intercepts like at 90 degrees on the intercept. That's jacked up. And the altitude needs to be 30,000. I don't like what it's doing. See what it's doing? It's now starting a descent. So if you let this happen, you're in a world of hurt. So I've got the airplane. I don't like it. This is a really good tool, folks, that we're going to get it out of this dive. And then we're going to recover, and there we go. We're going to start the nose up climb. And if an airplane is doing something that you didn't command or you don't like, and I think I know why. Let's go to legs page. Direct to Woosie first, right? All right, we've got 10,000, 30,000 set. Altitude should be on hold. All right, now I'm going to try a vertical speed climb here and see if it works us. Let's go 1,300 feet a minute. I'm going to go VS climb, autopilot on, nav set. I'm going to try this here and see if we can't get it to get out of this bank. Let's see. Heading. All right, heading. Let's see if we can get a heading hold on this airplane. All right, you are not working today. It won't even hold heading. Hang on just a minute. We're going to stay in the climb. We'll get this thing stable. I'll get it all hooked up. Climb thrust is good. This is not a good ride for passengers, I just want to say. 9 degrees. Got to fly the aircraft still. I want to go ahead and throw the engine anti-ice to the on position. And then when we get to a good, safe climb here, about 10 degrees nose up. There's a good climb here on the climb thrust. Let's do a climb check. See, and even if I engaged VNAV, like that should work. Our autopilot on. Let's go. VNAV climb, autopilot's on. Let's see what's happening here. Heading select is on. Let's go ahead and see if it turns and climbs me. It's climbing to be about 400 feet a minute because we're going to try to get at 300 knots. Let's go ahead and throw this off. All right, we're stable now, and I want to make sure that I think... I don't want to delete that. DKK direct. Let's try that. All right. Let's go to VNAV here. Hold on just a minute. Before we do anything, let's see what we've got. We got VNAV climb. That's on. Let's go to navigation. Nav track is on, which should intercept this. Let's see what it does. I'm watching it. Oh, baby. All right. Cal says, I think this is why I don't fly in the dark. Very often, that looked like the aircraft was going straight. But checking the instruments, you could see it was not. Also, I don't get to see the sights. Yeah, you're right. It looks like we're hooked up. Okay. I'm going to do a climb check now. I think we're stable.
Set.
Climb check. Climb check.
Seatbelts.
On.
Climb check complete.
All right, so what I'm trying to do, folks, we're leveling off at 15,000, and obviously that is not a good thing. The good thing is we are on heading direct to Dunkirk, and that will work. I'm just going to lower some gauges down just a minute. I'm going to throw some floods off here and just start getting these lights off. The panel lighting is killing me a little bit here. All right, we're through 3,000. We're climbing really slow. I want to climb better than this. We're on level VNAV level. Looks like we're on a level change VNAV. I'm going to slow that speed down just a little bit, man. It's climbing us at 300 knots now. I do want to climb. We're at 15,000 feet, so I don't like this. So I'm going to go and say no. Don't do what you just did, airplane. Let's go ahead and climb with VNAV. Let's go. VNAV climb. Let's go. Let's go. Get up to 31,000 feet or 30,000 feet that we need to be at. Oh. I'm going to have to tab that. There we go. Okay, we got FMS EPR now on. That's set. Nav track is good. VNAV climb is good. Now we're starting to climb. There we go. Flipping airplane. You're right. He said, so I don't fly at night. And you're right. At night, everything's harder. You could get yourself in a real pickle at night. For sure. Everything, the human eye is not really... Man, this is super bright up here, folks. Let me just turn this light off just a little bit here. If I can get it. That's panel lighting. I'm just going to turn it down just a touch. Just tickle that light down just a little. There we go. That's better on my eyes. All right, we're at 318,000. Let's call him up. Transition.
Set.
All right, we're at Dunkirk. We hit Dunkirk, and we're starting our turn. Yeah, we got to get used to this again. It's been a while since we flew at night. I'm going to turn the radar on. Power coming on the radar. I will tell you this, true story. You don't ever want to take this for granted at night, okay? So when you're flying, there's 20,000. When you're flying, I'm going to lock it up. We had my instructor, when I was doing my commercial, he goes, I'm going to show you what it's like to be disorientated. I said, okay. And he says, whatever you do, do not grab the flight controls. And I said, okay. I'm going to shut this off for a minute. Hang on. So he said, whatever you do, do not touch the flight controls. What I'm about to show you is going to save your life one day. I said, all right. We're out over the ocean, pitch black, dark. Okay, it's really, 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 really dark. And he goes, all right, I want you to close your eyes. And he said, go ahead and close your eyes. So I did. I closed my eyes. And I felt the airplane turn. You know, we're in a turn, we're in a left turn. Got my eyes closed. And then I go like this. And then you hear the engine. And I'm like, well, that's weird. You know, and then you feel G's, right? Now I'm feeling G forces on my body. And then he goes, okay, look up. And he goes, do not touch the flight controls. So I went like this. And the airplane was like this. We were going inverted. All right, nose up, inverted, almost completely in a loop. And the first thing I wanted to do was push the nose down, right? I wanted to throw the nose over. And I was just about to do it. And I'm like, holy crap. And he goes, don't touch flight controls. Sit on your hands, sit on your hands, sit on your hands, sit on your hands. And he was yelling at me, sit on your hands. So I just sat on my hands. And I'm like, we're going inverted. He goes, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Look at the gauges. So I'm looking at the gauges. And we are in a slight left turn, nose up, just a little bit. And he goes, what do you see? And I look at his, I look at mine, I look at his, I look at mine. I'm like, we're in a left turn, like maybe 10 degrees nose up. And he goes, what's your body feeling? I said, my body feels like we're in an absolute flip. We're doing a loop. And he goes, and that's how people die. And he goes, your flight controls, I want you to fly it out of here. So I grab the flight controls, level the wings. He goes, just trust your gauges, not your. And then he goes, try to get a visual reference. Look to see what's going on. Altitude, airspeed, heading. And I'm telling you right now, that is insane. When you look up, you have no visual reference. You can't see anything. Matter of fact, what you think is a star might be a boat. Or what you think is a boat might be a star. So anytime you're over the ocean, folks, or without any horizon, you have got to trust your instruments on this thing. Yeah, rip JFK. I mean, JFK is a prime example of that, where crap can hit the fan really quick. Okay. And I hope, again, watching this channel, I hope you can get that knowledge. You gain knowledge, and you go, okay, that's not going to happen to me. I remember this guy on a sim. It's one of those lessons that will save you. It will save you. So it's a big lifesaver. Sit on your hands. Trust your gauges, not what your body's telling you. Your body's lying. Period. It's lying. So whatever you think it is, I'm going to throw off the. Light. It looks like we're out of those clouds. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the. Before I hit something stupid, I'm going to make sure I turn off the engine right there and there. Okay, both of those engine valves are off. That's good. 29, we're hitting 30,000. Let's go ahead and get ready for the arrival into the airport. Cal said, A380FO, blue side up. That's exactly right. Yeah, agree. Nighttime, always trust your gauges, flight instruments, and pray they don't fail. That's exactly right. And oh my gosh, my cones are just blasted with this thing. Whew. All right, let's go get the weather here. We are going to click flights. Somebody want to put that in the chat? I don't know if Sean's still up. If you do, I tried it in XP11, couldn't get it to stop on the roll. If we go and we put in METAR CMH, and we can try to get the weather, that'd be awesome. I'm going to try to pull the weather up for Columbus here. Weather ATIS is reporting right now 10 statute miles. We got, few clouds at 7,000 feet. 070. Broken at 17/6. Altimeter's 2976. Runway is 10 right. Okay. Looks like 10 right on the runway. 30,000 on the altitude. I'm going to have to throw off the seatbelt signs here. If I can see them. There we go. All right, that's good. Seatbelt signs are off. Let's go ahead and get ready for the arrival in the airport. Whoa, there's a nice little bump. Jeez. I mean, look at the wings. You can't even see what's going on outside, folks. You can't even see wing views at this point. You know, I'm going to try to look over the nose. I know we're going to get in some cloudy stuff coming up, so it's really just on our instruments, right? The arrival here, I think we had ATC. Let me see if they're up online. We are going to get into Cleveland. We're at Cleveland Center the whole time, and we're going to break into... It looks like Indy. Indy is not online, so it might just be us tonight, folks. When the C-bus arrival, I'll get it for you. We're going to go wind shear. So watch with me here as we look. We got wind shear, Wahoo, Bugs, C-bus, Garnin, Bugs, aging, Riggy. Oops. Never want to hear your pilot say oops. What is going on? What is going on? All right, so we got wind shear, wahoo, bugs, C-bus. Well, we missed like Riggy. Did we do a? We didn't do a transition, I don't think. Let's see. Arrivals. C-bus 2. Yeah, I did do a transition. I'm going to erase this because I know I did that transition. We're missing one. Huh, that's really weird. All right, landing Ohio State University. That's why it's not on our arrival. That's really screwy. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. If we look at the arrival, and this is why you got to kind of be a good steward here. If you were landing, see a Riggy, it's not exactly on the arrival. See that? Isn't that screwed up? So you got to be very careful here. We're going to go C-bus between 12,000 and 8, and that's correct. And then we're going to kick over, and we're landing this. So they're going to send us up north. We're going to be landing runway 10 right. So nice. That's going to be good because we're going to land up here. We're going to pull it in this way. So we're going to go 10 right. Let's take a look at some approaches for 10 right. Obviously, I'm comfortable tonight with the ILS for 10 right. It's going to be better that way for us, only because it's at night. We're visually impaired a little bit. 11-2, 16 April 21st, effective 22 of April. We got ATIS, approach, tower, ground, MSA 3100 from the APE VOR, Appleton VOR. Looks like missed approach, 1400, climbing right turn 3000, direct, button, and hold. Okay, let me go take a look at my instruments, make sure I am not doing anything stupid. No, we're doing good. 0.76, it's holding. We are good. Uh-oh. Pops, good night. We'll have a good one. We can't, there's no way we're buffering. We better not be buffering. Pops, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Red lights are your friends. That's right. Cal says, finding switches in the simulator at night is always fun. Accidentally shutting off engine one time when I was trying to switch the parking brakes. Oh, yeah. That could happen. That could happen. All right. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go here. I keep forgetting. I need to turn my dang sim haptic on. I don't know why it's doing this, but it should be working. And it's not working. Settings. Plus. No, I want the Pro. There it goes. Again, pilot error on my part. All right, folks, so let's do that. We're going to plan Wilgo. We should have a Wilgo somewhere here. Next page, flip Wilgo at 6,000 feet. And then we're going to set up for the 10 right approach. So if I pull up the 10 right approach, 10 right there. We got that right there. That's coming in there. And we're looking at 10 right, 3,300 at Jogma. So let's go ahead and check that. We're going to go over here to ILS 10 right. And the APE, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do APE transition. It's just basically going to be epity, I guess, transition. We'll just check that. Click execute. We'll go right to our legs page and go there. We've got bugs, Garmin, flip Wilco vectors, and then we're going to keep the vectors in, is what I'm saying. Okay, everybody should be okay with this. I am. And we got, where am I? 10. All right, let's go and set this up. 10 ILS 111.75. So we're going to set that here, 111.75, right there. I'll give you an update. 111.75. Welcome to many, many nights. Many nights on the charter runs. Captain ACQ, what's going on? Good to see you. He says, Jason, do you recommend Sporty's ground school or Gold Seal Ground School. Obviously, I know Sporties well, but that doesn't mean that Gold Seal isn't better. So what I would do is I would look at who's got better graphics, who's got better. Are you talking about? Are you talking about for a written? Or what are we talking about? What's the context? Top of descent coming up, folks. Because if you're talking for written exam, let me know. But honestly, I would look at a few things, right? I would look at, one, what's the graphics like? 2, can you watch it anytime you want? 3, is there a time limit, or can you consume the content whenever? Those are the things I look at. I would also take a peek into consideration of angle of attack. And I'm talking about angle of attack in terms of the real, he's got a ground school. Now, if I go like this, I can flood it out just a little bit. I could throw the digital just a touch. I'll throw some panel lighting back on, and then I'll turn that off. That's like a little flashlight. Still screws your eyes up, but still, it's not bad. All right. That's good. Ready to go. Let's do a check on there. We got 111.75 plugged in. 101 on the course. I got to turn this light on. There we go. Way too bright. 101 on the course. And if I look really blue, I apologize because I've got 2 blue lights on right now, so I have to cover these bright lights at night because otherwise, forget it. I can't see. I can't see what's going on the outside. It's kind of rough. So hopefully that makes sense where yeah, it's bumpy. We're going to get in some radar here, some green. So I would call the flight attendants right now, let them know, hey, we're going to get into some bumpy stuff. Let's look at a burn check really quick. Legs page. If I go to the prog page, estimated time of top of descent 61 miles. Okay, we're estimating 11,000 on the fuel, and our paperwork says auto brake's going to be medium, runway 10 right. We're looking at landing distance available. Let me go ahead and plug that in too while I'm at it. Click that. We're going to go to weight and balance. Nope, performance. Kilo. CMH. Columbus, Ohio. What are we looking at here? 070 at what? Shoot, airports. Weather. We have 110 at 11. Just changed. 110 slant 11. 29er 7. I got that. We're landing 10 right. We're still landing 10 right. We're landing 10 right and RNAV runway 10 left. We'll go 10 right. We're coming in at 17. I got to change my altitude. 10 right coming in. Optimum QNH. Remember I told you it's going to be a lot lower on the pressure? Well, I was right. 29er 76. 29er 76. Packs are on. We're going to be landing. Wait, this is takeoff, dude. You idiot. All right. Stand by on that. I got to make sure I can adjust the altitude down. So let's take a peek. We're going to altitude. Whoa. 6,000 feet. See, it's starting myself down now, but I don't want it to start down because this should go on VNAV. So it should stop the descent. Little premature on the descent. Whoa, look at that reversal. Oh, you got to love that. And the passenger's like, ooh, that was bad. That is not normal. You shouldn't do that. SRQ. Okay, you said you got into bad turbulence. I read that one. All right, guys, we're getting into the top of descent coming up soon. Let's see what this airplane's doing before I kind of look away. It's being all stupid. All right. We've got dry. We've got that in. Set. We're going to go 1128. We got that. Landing weight is approximately going to be, right now, we're looking at 115. So I'd say about 114 when we get there. Calculate. I want to put this in here. There we go. All right, so I've got a distance of, factual distance of 3,700, give or take. We got a ref speed of approximately 133 with flaps 28. We got a maneuvering speed 218. Any questions, folks? Flaps 28. Any questions? Let me call Cliff and let him know. Are you ready for the approach brief?
Go ahead.
Any questions?
No questions.
All right, Cliff is good. So hopefully you understood that, Captain ACQ, what I was talking about. All right, seatbelt's coming on for me. I know we're at cruise. I'm going to throw my lap belt on. We won't throw any... If I turn my light off, what happens? Can you see me better or worse? Or is that better or worse for you? Let me know. I know it's kind of jacked up behind me when I turn the light off. But at least I'm not this blue. All right, we're getting into some weather. That's why I would call the flight attendants and let them know, I should say, that that we're coming in. And it's gonna be bumpy. So we'll get the aircraft programmed and ready to go now. Top of descent is on its way. I'm going to hide this. We're coming right into wind shear right now. This is going to, not wind shear, but the actual wind shear in the ND, the navigation display. Shelton says it's better. I know I could change it, but at night like this, I could probably light up one of the bright lights. The problem is it's so bright. So maybe we just, it's hard for me when these lights are on. I can't see what's going on the outside, so just bear with me. This will be good. And we're going to get ready for Cliff. We'll go give Cliff a call and let him know. Descent check. Here we go. We checked our fuel quantity. It said about 11,000 when we land, which is perfect. How many hours does Cliff have? Surely he's deserving of second, third bar. I don't think so. Would anybody agree with that statement? Because Cliff is, you know what I could do too? I could try to take this out and then go from there. Now, what I'm saying is I could take the filter out and try it, but no point. All right, we just are on the arrival now, folks. I do need to check my course. The course inbound into the airport, and we're picking up some radar. As long as we don't pick anything red, we're going to be okay. Let's go ahead and set our speed bug. Speed bug is checked, and we are headed down to 10 right, 101 on the course. 101. So let's go this way. 101. Okay, let me give you an idea. Tomorrow night, about the same time, we're going to be flying from Columbus back to White Plains, so we're taking the Rangers back. They'll probably have home games all next week. And then on Friday, on a live stream, public stream that is, we are going to be going from White Plains all the way to Boeing Field in Seattle. We're talking, what, 5.5, is it 5, 6 hour flight? It's insane in an MD-80. So, man, oh man, oh man. And you better believe we're going to go early. All right, I'm going to try to take off about 4 p.m. Mountain Standard or Mountain Time. I don't think we change. We do change over soon, I think. So who's worse, Cliff or Carl? These 5+ hours. Cliff almost ended life as we know it once. More than once. There's probably been a few times since he's almost tried to kill us, this guy. All right, descent check's coming. Ready? Let's call him up. Descent check.
Fuel quantity.
Checked.
Approach briefing.
Performed.
Landing data.
Set.
Descent check complete.
Thank you. All right, folks, we're on our way. Descent now. We should start descending. We got 6,000 set. The airplane should take over because we're on VNAV. Let's see what happens here. I want to see some action. Let's see. Top of descent is right now, according to this. There we go. All right, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to throw the seatbelt sign on now because what's going to happen here? We're going to get in some crap. I don't know who Carl is. However, Cliff has some questionable... Cliff is just bad all the way around, folks. He's terrible. I wonder if I turn this on and turn it way down. Is that better? That might be better. That could be a better option right there. At least get some lighting. All right, folks, we're on the way down. You see, I can't see anything over the windscreen. I'm going to undock my track IR right about now. 111.75, 101 in the box. And we are tuned in, ready to go here. I've got pressurization coming down, 29076, so I need to set that really quick. So 29076 right here. Remember I told you it was lower. 29076. Split the difference. There we go. By the way, folks, I want to talk to you about something. If you ever try to flip this and you're not seeing any current on your heater gauge here, this is a heater current, and you're flying with a Bravo, that means you've got a switch on your rocker switches that needs to be enabled. That's what that means. So, FYI, if that ever happens to you, that's probably what's going on. All right, I'm going to increase the range. We've got Wahoo coming up. Your descent is, wow, yeah, it's coming in pretty good. Good clip. Well, we're descending at a good clip, folks. We've got Wahoo coming up. We've got to get down between 12,000 and 8,000. And I've set it to 6. The airplane should stabilize. It's about 3,000 feet a minute. It's about normal for this aircraft. All right, let's talk about landing. This is going to be an ILS 10 left, 10 right, excuse me. Visual, well, it might not be visual. It's visual right now, but that might change. Could somebody give me a landing barrel is wrong, it glitched. What do you mean by that? Can you give me 29076? Can you guys give me a METAR up there? 29076. Yeah, there you go. I guess it went up. There you go. About right there. 29076. Thank you. By the way, Andy, if you guys could give me a METAR for Columbus, that'd be great. That's one of those things that I could just kind of glance over and make sure. Thank you, Cal. Appreciate it, man. We should see it. coming up. Thank you. Columbus is reporting right now. 100 at 11. 10 statute miles. Few clouds at 7. We're good. We're good. Thank you. 17 over 6. Altimeter 297.6 on the altitude. Just to let you know how important that is. 297.6. So we got that's a very important thing. I'm going to turn on my lights. Actually, I'm not. All right, we're going to say descent. Here comes the chutes on, folks. I'm going to turn those on as we're getting into some turbulence. Not too bad, but, you know, the weather's here. We've got the showers in the area. I would have, by the way, the FO would have terrain on, or they would have weather on. I would probably have terrain on my side. So I'm going to throw the terrain feature to the on position. All right, and I'm going to look at the FO for radar. How's that? This way I can glance over and say, oh, there's the radar. I see what we've got, and then I can look at terrain. All right, let's go. Transition now.
Set.
Thank you. 2978, set. Okay, I'm going to come on track IR, and I'll keep that on until we land. Good deal. Okay, approach. Let's do approach check. Approach check.
Navigation.
Set.
Approach check completed.
Thank you. All right, coming down the chute, CBus 2. Chutes on in the chat. As far as I know, this is the plane MS is with working weather radar. Yeah, this is, you're right. Now, there is some limitations to it, right? It's a 2D display. It's not 3D, which means I can't pitch the weather radar tilt up or down, right? It's just kind of stuck. All right, we've got 15,000. When we get to 10,000, gag orders in effect. I mean, sterile cockpit, I'll probably shut up. I know that's like a crazy thing for me. Let's take a look at the pressurization. We're coming down on the differential. That's good. I can't see anything, so I don't know if we're in icing or anything like that. There we go. We're in the clouds, and it's 11 degrees Celsius, so we don't need any engine anti-ice on at this point. But we'll keep our eye on that as we come up close here. I'm going to go ahead and increase the range or decrease the range. And we got CBus coming in between 12,000 and 8. We're going to hit that just fine. We got visual conditions so far, so we'll just have the ILS backed up. A couple things that would help you at night is just, if you want to, just kill the flood on both panels. And this will help you at night. You can see now it's just gauges, right? You don't have the flood out. You can just look. It's better for night flying. And it's super bright up on top, so that's our fuel. I can't see. All right, where's my gauge on top? Oh, there it is. Throw that down just a touch. Okay. That's better for me when I fly. I like to see just the gauges in front of me so I can see better outside. All right, here we go. Through 11,000 feet, we're heading to Wilgo, 6,000. We got 9 and 8 coming up. 14 degrees. We are getting into some of the rain. Trust your instruments. You can't see anything outside. Maybe I can make out some stuff out there. And he says, yeah, sorry, I typed MD and automatically hit 11. as far as I know it. Okay, the default 7.8 and 7.4 have radar, but it's borked. It's borked. That is a funny word, isn't it? All right, when we get to Wilco, do you see that Wilco right there? We're pretty much off of the arrival, and what we'll do is from Wilgo, we're taking vectors, but we really aren't going to do it. We're going to go vectors straight out, and then we'll flip it back around. And what I mean by that is we're basically going to be flying a downwind, and then we'll go heading select when we're at Wilgo, so we'll have him go heading. And the throttles are coming down now. Pull the throttles back. Dink. And here we go. Through 10,000, let the flight attendants know. So I'd come up, hit the no smoking. Maybe. Through 10,000 feet. One thing I cannot see. There we go. I need to see the speed bugs. We got McDo. Drag is required. All right, let's pull some brake here. Let the airplane slow down a little bit. That is not a good dive. That is not a good dive. Get us out of this dive, dude. What are you doing, airplane? I'll take over here in a minute if I do not like what's going on. I do not like what's going on, sir. Get us out of the dive. Jeez. We're getting into the rain. You wouldn't have never even noticed. It's raining out here now. There we go. 2,000 feet a minute. Speed brakes are on. Between 7 and 8, I've got it. Speed brakes in. Check. There's visibility. I got the airport in sight right there. It's getting a little crappy as that weather approaches. All right, 240 on the speed. I'm okay with that. Once we turn in, I'm going to go ahead and extend the downwind. And you'll see what I do. I'm just going to kind of turn the aircraft. We're going to hold that line, and then we'll fly into it as we're taking vectors. 240 on the speed, set on the altitude. We'll hit 6,210 on the speed here. Now, if we do that, all right, airplane, do not hold. Yeah, right there, 210, there we go. So what I'm going to do is heading select. As I roll out of here, we're going to go Wilgo heading. And I should be able to select heading. Heading is selected, so I'm off of VNAV. Or excuse me, not VNAV, LNAV, lateral navigation. And I will call up and let them know. And you have got to speed up just a little bit. I'm going to get the slats extend. Slats extend.
Speed checked. Slats are extended.
And the reason why we do that is we're getting a little slow and I don't like it. So that's why. I'm going to do an FMC override. Do not go below 220. There we go. Okay, we're on a downwind. Let me call him up. Where are we? Columbus? Columbus traffic. Riptide 5803 on a downwind runway 10 right. Columbus. There's the airport. Beautiful. I mean, it's just a little bit of rain. We're kind of in the slop. Not too bad. We're getting into some rain up ahead. I could see it right there. And the reason why, I mean, look, if I got visual right now, I could just do a slam dunk. But this is at night. I kind of want to make sure we get a stable approach. So for aeronautical decision making, we're still not in the yellow, so I'm okay. I don't want to fly through this. If we have to, I'd like to cut it earlier. So let's just take a peek. Jogma, it looks like 3,300 feet. Let's start our descent down. So I'm going to go down to 4,000 right there. And I've got VS, vertical speed, coming in. Enter. We're going to come down about 800, 900 feet a minute, about right there. And I'm going to start the turn because I just don't like that. So here we go. Heading select, rotating it in. We're just basically, I don't want to fly through this wall of precipitation. So I'm avoiding that as best as I possibly can. Give our passengers a better ride. And in the meantime, Jogma, I think, is 3,300. So 4,000 will be perfect. Yep. Yeah, we're good. Plenty. Going on the turn, 15 degrees. Let me call them up. Columbus traffic, Riptide 5803 on a base, runway 10 right, Columbus. All right, coming in nice and wide. Keep that turn in. We're descending down. I'm going to actually increase the descent rate. About 1,200 feet a minute here. And we're going to start slowing the aircraft down. 180. Good intercept. You see we're starting to lose the airport. Altitude set 4,000. We're coming into 3,300. I can do a tab. Really hard to do. Let's go down. Heading, roll, roll, roll your boat. Let's go set the flap. Flaps 5. Flaps 15.
Speed checked. Flaps 15 set.
Flaps 15.
All right, folks, we're going to keep that roll in. It's because of this 15-degree roll rate. Understandable. That's nice and slow. And 2,500 check. We're going to descend down to 2,000. Speed's coming in. Slowing down. $2,300. We'll descend down to 2,000 here. Now, I can't... I got to hit the tab button, don't I? So if I go... There we go. 23 set. All right, I got the airplane. I've got it. Okay, we're going to go extension on. Bright. Gear down. Flaps 28.
Gear down.
Speed checked. Flaps 28 set.
Flaps 20.
Final check.
Gear.
Down 3 green. Down.
Ignition.
Set to Bravo.
Auto spoilers and auto brakes.
Set. Armed.
Flaps and slats.
Set and checked.
Landing clearance.
Received.
Final check completed. 500 above.
All right, folks. I'm slightly low. Just gonna goose the throttles in here. Shoot. I don't think I can be able to record this. Okay, we're on it. I like that right there. I'm gonna botch a landing. I gotta stay on it.
Approaching minimums.
Set. Way fast now.
Minimums. Aligned.
Little high, little fast.
Flare.
Got the airplane. Whoa. Reversers,
Spoilers
two in the hole.
deployed. $80 knots. 60
I'm gonna
knots.
get off this high speed. All right, welcome to Columbus. Kind of at the last second, I was like, whoop, kind of ballooned a little bit. I think that's more of a night thing, not used to the visual. That's kind of what probably what happened there. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and taxi down. Now let's go straight. We'll go down Delta 3 and then we'll cut across. Hey Scott, what's up, man? He says buttered. Nice. What was it? 163? That ain't bad. Let's see where we're going. We're gonna go down here. Let's tell them after landing check here in just a minute. I gotta shut these lights off. All right. Yep. Let's go. Keep going straight, and then we'll kind of get on the ramp here. I gotta update this. This is gonna be an update. I gotta do an update on our flight out of here tomorrow. I'll get this thing updated tonight. All right, let's talk to Cliff. After landing check. That's on dim. Sorry guys, I couldn't record the dang landing. I normally do, but I was a little what's the word? Let me call them flaps and slats here. Flaps
Landing
and
check
slats.
completed.
The conclusion of our flight.
Flaps and slats.
Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until
Thank
the
you.
captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely at the gate. This will be your indication it is safe to move about the cabin. Gather your belongings and disembark.
All right, it's going to be up here, and we're going to be kind of parked right by this FBO. Well, give me a second. Let me go ahead and pull up Sean's paperwork after I drop my seatbelts. And I apologize if the head's all over the place. It's just a track IR. I don't want to lock it. That's why. All right, we are in. I know we're kind of right up here. We're going to ramp 1 parking. We're going to parking 55 here. So we'll stop the aircraft. Ja, what's up, man? He says, welcome to the party. Yes. So what I'll do now is I'll flood it out now. And I'll going to go ahead and stop number 1. Shut that engine down. APU is on. Good. It's on the bus. Let's go ahead and call them up. And we're going to go parking 55. By the way, I have a... Is it gate or parking? Maybe it's parking 55. I have a surprise for everybody. We have a new airplane coming out here soon, so man, look at that. That's pretty cool. I remember last time we were here, it was snowing last year, last season. All right, there we go. We got the staff out there. All right, bro, let's go. Let's go and retract those. Which way are they going to bring us in? They're going to nose us in? What are they doing? Which way you got us going, bro? Which way is he staring? He's standing this way. Oh, he wants me to go right in between all this. I hate when they do that. I'm not doing that. Come on. I don't think we can. Let's try it. Let's give you guys some fun. You know, I don't know why he does that. The question is, why does Cliff always retract the flaps? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend some time here and organize this dang scenery. That's too close to the dang terminal, guys. I hate to tell you. I'm going to bring it over here. As I smash into the wing. Yeah. How's that right there? Bam! Oh, look how beautiful that is. Front door service, dude. Brakes coming on. Let's get this flooded out a little bit for you. Throw this on. Okay, brakes on. I know, bro. Don't worry about it. Let's come back over here. We'll flood this out too. Digital and flood. There we go. Brakes coming off. Engines down. APU's on. Why did it do that? It's going to say, shouldn't have done that. Parking 55. I did that. Show me the spot. Just warp me there. Okay, that's better. As my wing is through the dang terminal. Look at this. We're very close. Yeah, I'm going to change. I'll have to change GSX to get it right. All right, we're on the gate here. Seatbelt signs coming off. No smoking signs are off. Let's go ahead and open the doors. Forward main coming open, and the stairs are coming open. Aft stairs and aft main. Even though that wouldn't happen, we would only deboard on the one. Let me call him up. Parking check.
Parking brakes.
Set.
Flaps and slats.
Retracted.
APU or external power.
On. Established.
Fuel levers.
Cutoff. Off. Off.
Anti-collision.
Off.
Hydraulic pumps.
Off.
Seatbelt switch.
Off.
Ice protection panel.
Off.
Transponder.
Standby.
Parking check completed.
Thank you. All right. Pushing back here. Let's get outside. Let's greet our passengers as they come back, and then we'll have to. Oh, I got to open the dang doors. Hang on. I wish they would do that automatically, but they don't. Start unboarding, sir. Look at how close that is. There's no way. That's like really close. What I'll have to do is I'll have to set. Oh, my lights are on. I'll have to set GSX to for that. Let's go ahead and get this thing programmed. Oh, let's throw the stairs in. We don't need that. So I'll have to push everything the right way. They wouldn't be in a bus either. They just kind of walk right into this terminal and be done with it. All right. Shelton says, let me go back to the comments really quick. John says, task saturated. Yes, sir. That's so true. Nice. Did you do flaps 28 landing, Cam? Yes, I did. Jason, you know why Cliff? I don't know why he retracts him to 15. It's kind of a weird thing, I guess. When the A380 releases Coastal A380. Yeah, Cal. I don't think so. What aircraft is Coastal getting? Or is it too soon to tell? We have ordered. We ordered 10 more aircraft. We're getting 5 737-800s. Actually, we ordered more than that. We ordered 5 800s, 5 700s, and we are getting 2 more CRJs in addition to 2 more 757s. So quite a big order for us. We're not going to all get them at once. We don't have the money for that, but they are on order. These options are on order for sure. I'm going to go ahead and report with our ACARS and say we are putting that in the books, sir. And let me tell you, it was a little fun with at night. We've got to get used to this night flight. We've been flying, day flying forever. So the flare at night was a little wonky, especially that the ground was creeping up on me. It was like, whoa. Ballooned a little bit on that, but I think we recovered okay on that. We carried a little airspeed, so unfortunately I didn't do the replay. I wish I would have. But what I'm going to do is shut off the APU because we're burning fuel, and I'll write the fuel numbers down for tomorrow. By the way, if you're new, you want to see, we have a private stream coming tomorrow, which we actually fly this aircraft back home to White Plains as the Rangers play the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow. So arrival FOB 5250 over 4950, and the mechanic's going to have some work to do because we're going to go ahead and get that art back working. I mean, we probably could defer it till tomorrow, the art switch here. And technically, I think I screwed up. We shouldn't have done the cell temp with this thing off. Well, it's weird because I got to read that because you can do a cell temp. You have to put it off. So I think it was okay to do that, but still. Anyway, if you want to see the stream tomorrow, become a member. It's like less than a price of a cup of coffee or something like that. Pretty cool. All right, let's shut the APU down. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the aircraft. We're going to get it dark, and I will see you folks tomorrow. The members and patrons. Right here tomorrow, 9 o'clock. I know it's a late one, but it has to be. Okay? Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. We will see you later. Thanks for watching and hanging out with us. Ciao.
Alright, I make me tell you listen. Move. We a dance to the rhythm and the groove. Move. Watch them massive and groove, them a move.